Good morning, students. All right, students, let's see the information of the lecture first and then we'll continue. Grammar, we are reading, students, and we are practicing tenses. I would call it a practice basically because you are in the ninth standard and you have been through since like fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth, all the basics of grammar. So this is the practice to just face some terms of grammatical structure. What sort of errors are presented by the examiner to you people, and how do you just solve them? This is what we are practicing over here, and some of the extra tactics to understand this. And this is all third lecture, like first and second lecture we have already completed. So let's just go ahead. This is we are going to see present perfect. See, students, you all know that we completed present indefinite series, and means past indefinite and future indefinite means complete indefinite series. And now we completed in the last lecture means Y day continuous series. Continuous series means present continuous, past continuous, and future continuous. In the second, we got like that there are some of the verbs which are not used in continuous tense or in continuous tense. When these sorts of verbs are not used in continuous tense, whether it is present, past, or future, so where are these used? I told you in the lecture that these are used in the present indefinite, right? That is to be used in present indefinite. That gives the bit a similar sense, but what can we do? We can't use them in continuous tense, right? If any one of you have any sort of doubt or any problem, you people can just underline or note it down, and at the end of the lecture, you can confirm this, you can ask, right? Present perfect, an action that has recently finished, is expressed in present tense. So here, students, what do we understand? The perfect refers to when something is complete. Something is complete in itself. That's called perfect. So here in the terms of tenses, how do we take it? When the action started and by the time of speaking, it has finished. The action is finished over, right? That action which is over or finished by time of speaking, that is counted or calculated in the present perfect tense, right? The helping verbs has, have, you see the example, he has come to Delhi recently. If the action is important and not the time of action, and the time of action is not given, we use present perfect tense. You need to see, second definition is given here, the action is important and not the time is important, right? When time is not mentioned, but the action is mentioned, and that is over also, that means finished. That sort of action is also added or counted in the present perfect tense, right, everyone? So, this is what we need to understand. We have progressed a lot. We have reached the moon, right, students? So, see, the first formula we have with us. Ultimately, what we need to understand, students, we need to understand that the helping verb and the main verb. What sort of changes are there? See, helping verb is has, have, plus verb third form plus object, right? So, has, have, we need to understand. Where do we use has, have? So, formation of all the sentences, students, will remain same. Subject, helping verb, main verb, object, or it can be when there is not, that not is added after helping verb. Well, every one of you quite familiar, right? So this is what, and the question is there. The helping verb comes at first, right, everyone? Then let's see, this has comes with third person singular. We use it as he, she, it, name, or any singular noun you can use, right? And have with I, we, you, they, and plural noun, right? So this is what students we need to understand that these sorts of things are used in a very proper way. That means this is also one of the points which creates trouble for the students. That students might make mistake there when they don't understand the subject. They get confused where to put has and where to put have initially, right? When the subject for of agreement chapter comes, there you'll get it like how it is used. Now you see the difference. Science has given us many new inventions. In this example, students, we are discussing about the action actually. Like the second rule we read in the screen, like the action is important and not the time. You can feel that action is important, that science has given us many new invention, but no time. Or like we have reached the moon, same. Now you see, science has given us many new inventions in the 19th century. Now see students, what you need to understand, can these types of sentences be added in present perfect tense with the given time? 19th century was the past, means this is the 20th, 21st century. What do we understand here? We understand that 19th century means it's talking about all the past time. So when it is talking about the past time, then the tense should also be there past, not present perfect. I told you people these are the confusing pairs. Like present perfect is the confusing pair with the past indefinite. So you understand, you see this example is given now in the present perfect, but this example should be in past. Why it is? Because there is given past time. See the next example also, we have reached the moon on 22nd October 2008. That is also the past. So students, what do we need to do? We need to understand when the past time is given, the sentence will go in the past tense. That means like we are not supposed to change this or put it like in a present perfect tense. What we need to do basically, we just need to understand the logic, like when the time is given of the past, that means like there should be past indefinite or past perfect. So ultimately this goes to the past indefinite. The correct sentences will be as given below. You see, science gave us many life-saving drugs in the 19th century. So 19th century means as referred here past time. That's why the past indefinite tense is used. And the next one is when you talk about we have reached the moon on 22nd October. This is also the past time students, and that is just showing that note is given. Students, you see after the sentence note is given in a sentence, any form of have can be followed by had. Let me just tell you, have this works as a helping verb as well as it works as a main verb also. Here had will be the main verb. And this is because in perfect tense, such combinations are used. You see the example. I have had enough problems here. I've had. The first have is the helping verb, and second have means the third form of have, that is had, is the third form of have. I have had enough problems here. So that means what we understand that I have had enough problems here refers like the second had is the third form of first have, and this is working as a main verb. Now you see the next one, he has had his breakfast, and the same, he has had breakfast means the one has eaten the breakfast. Here it is referring the sense of eat or take, right? So see students, this one also disturbs students if they just go to prepare their tenses, and such type of errors can occur before them. They are supposed to be a bit familiar beforehand these sort of problems, right? Usually, recently, already, yet, so far are used in perfect tense. Yet is generally used in negative sentences of present perfect. He has not reached home yet. Now you see, this yet is used in the present, but the so far is given, that's used in the past. There, comparatively, it is presented to you people. You need to understand. Examiner can present this yet in the past perfect and this so far in the present perfect. And that means you need to understand this yet can be used only in present perfect and this so far is used in past perfect, right? So see the example, he has not reached home yet. The next one, he had not done any work so far. So this is to be kept in mind when you are preparing for the tenses to face some errors before you. See the next one, if since is followed by simple past tense. Since is preceded by simple present perfect tense. Now you need to see after since if you get like simple past. So it should be preceded. Preceded means before since there should be present perfect tense. Or you need to understand like this, students, when the sentence is starting from present perfect and there is since, then after since there should be past indefinite, and there is past indefinite in the first part, there should be present perfect, right? I hope that you all understand it very easily because these points we have been discussing since we started learning this. Let's go to the next. In such sentences, the perfect form of any model can also be used. In such sentences, the perfect form of any model can be used. Now you see the example. He may have grown old since she last saw him. Since she last saw him. Sorry. See students, after since there is simple past, but preceded means before since, it is the perfect form of modals. Have grown refers to the perfect form of modal, right? And that is very important, which we need to understand, right? If since is used at the beginning of a sentence, the formation of the sentence will be as follows. Since he joined the army. Simply, whether we put the since before, like means at the starting of the sentence, we'll put comma after simple past tense, and then we'll write their present perfect. He has not taken any leave since he joined the army, comma, he has not taken any leave. This will be the starting, right? Now, next we go with past perfect. Past perfect, what we find, look at the sentences given below. Past perfect, firstly, you need to see the examples, students. You can easily understand when the action started in the past and the action same finished in the past. That's called past perfect. Let's see the examples. I saw him. Now you need to see students, there are two types of sentences. One is before and second one is after. Two clauses are connected with before and after. When it is started with before, The first part of the sentence will be past perfect and the second one will be simple past. That means past indefinite. When you are writing before in the sentence, you see the second example, I had seen him before he stopped his car. Means before when you are writing, let me just see if I can help you out. See, students, if we are just writing here before, this I suppose you all can see, then the first part of the sentence will be past perfect and the second part of the sentence will be simple past. That means like you need to understand when you have what examiner can present you like this. You have seen the first example. I saw him before he stopped his car. Examiner will provide you example like this, or it can provide you in the form of blank also. Fill in the blank. We use this. So you need to just find out the error, and error is that the first part of before will be in the past perfect. That means I had seen is to be put instead of so. The second form is used here. Instead of this, we have put here this one, had seen. To form this like past perfect, we need to put this here, right? So see, students, this is just going there. So what we understood, like when there is before in the sentence, what we do, we just right, first part of the sentence present perfect and the second part of the sentence is called simple past, right? Let's go to the next sentence. Let's understand the first the main sentence. Before he understood anything, before is there and after before there will be simple past, and this the second form of the verb is referring that the sentence we have with us in the simple past tense, and the second part of the sentence, that means the second clause, that is in the past perfect. That we need to understand because examiner can present these types of sentences before us like this: the robber had fled, right? So this we can't make like this. The first one is given as we can't follow this. He understood anything. The robber fled. The robber fled is the error. Why it is? Because immediate after before there will be simple past, and the another part of the sentence, another clause we can say will be of the present perfect. That means the last one we had, that is the robber had fled. Like this you got the before, students. Like this you have another point, that is after. So you will change the locations of the sentences in the after. When you have after here, you will change or make it vice versa of before. When the first part of the sentence will be simple past and the second part of the sentence will be past perfect. You need to understand that. This is vice versa for each other, right? I met him after I had finished my work. Right, everyone? This is what taking place. I met him after I had finished my work. So this is what after is used here. So examiner can present anything before you. You need to be careful enough to use after and before. Especially these are used in the past perfect tense. By the time I reached there, the show started. The show had started. See, by the time I reached there, the another one is here. That means the first action students will be in the past indefinite, or you call it a simple past, and the second action that will be in the past perfect tense, right? So let's go ahead. Now you see the example. When Anand reached his village, he found that the news about him had preceded him. Means before reaching Anand's going home news reached before him. Right. See, if two actions take place in the past, one after the other. The first action will be in past perfect tense and second action will be in simple past tense. See students, that we need to understand. If that goes like this, we'll use it. Formula. Now you see questions, the rules, obviously these will remain, and this is the definition. Definition, I suppose you understood what we got it. Like, let me just highlight it a bit. This part, this line is the definition, right? If two actions, you saw there were two actions in a sentence, these are called clauses. If two clauses are taking place in the past, one after the other, or the actions we can use it, the first action will be in past perfect tense and the second action will be in the simple past tense. So students, you need to understand while reading the sentence which action took place first and which got the last, right? See the fifth sentence. When Anand reached his village, he found that the news about him had preceded. No, this is not the fifth, this is the sixth sentence, students. It is by mistake printed. Anand reached his village. He found that the news about him had preceded. Had preceded means has reached before Anand. Right? Precede means to come before. The first action is coming of the news when which must be in past perfect tense, and the second action is Anand going to village, which must be in simple past tense. So when Anand reached his village, he found that the news about him had preceded him. That means news reached first, and then secondly Anand reached. So what we got, the first action is that news reached first. That means the news will be in past perfect, and the Anand reached the second, that is simple past tense. Right? Let's go to the next. Future perfect tense. An action that will have been completed in future comes under future perfect tense. So see students, by the time is used in future. That is used in perfect also, but much it is used in future. In the past you understood like which action is coming first, that's put forward first, and the second one goes secondly. You will have finished your syllabus by the end of next month. What we understand, the action will have completed in the future. You will have finished your syllabus by the end of next month. Look at the following sentences. By the time I reach the station, the train will have left. That means you need to understand by the time followed by simple present tense, or you call it present indefinite, and the train will have left. That means there is a combination, students. I told you that is confusing there. Future is connected or related to the present, but the simple past is related to the past perfect, right? By the time simple present, then future perfect. Look at the difference. By the time I reach the station, the train have left, right? And the next example is given, by the time I reached the station, the train had left. So like this, students, we have understood that our examples go like this. So if any one of you find that you have any sort of problem, you can raise your hand. Every one of you have got opportunity to talk. Anything you find might be disturbing you, you can raise your hand. Otherwise, students, that's enough for today's lecture. Thank you very much for joining the class.